The owners of the nation's largest egg-producing company have remained silent since last month's record-breaking recall. Sparked by 1,600 confirmed cases of salmonella poisoning, the FDA asked Wright County Egg, the #1 U.S. egg producer, to voluntarily call back more than 500 million eggs.
You swear or affirm testimony you're about to give?
Jack DeCoster and his son Peter, whose Wright County egg operation sells billions of eggs annually, have stayed out of the public eye since the mid-August recall. This week, the pair broke the month-long silence when they were summoned to a House subcommittee hearing. Tensions were running high even before the DeCosters had a chance to speak.
Our egg industry must be...
All right, can we ask the room be cleared? I'll ask that you would cease and desist, please, sir.
All eggs killed! All eggs killed!
Then the elder DeCoster was given the opportunity to testify.
We apologize to everyone who may have been sickened by eating our eggs. I have prayed several times each day for all of these people for improved health.
With the obligatory opening statements completed, the grilling began.
In your testimony, you admitted your facilities have had problems. That's indisputable. There have been several outbreaks associated with your eggs in 2 states. If you've cleaned up your operations, as you say, why did this outbreak occur?
Well, this is a, Mr. Chairman, this is a complicated subject.
We tested voluntarily because we was trying to learn if we had the problem, and then if we did have the problem, what would be the best practices that we could set forward.
Yeah, now I'm going to interrupt you again. I'm not trying to be rude, but let me just suggest that if you took 72 swabs in one day and all but 8 tested positive, you've got a problem.
Well, yes, sir.
Can I suggest that to you?
Well, you can suggest it, sir.
You've claimed that you're going to modernize and clean up your facility. But it doesn't appear that you've modernized and cleaned up your facilities. It sounds like, to me, that both of you are refusing to take responsibility for a very poor facility. How do you respond to that?
Well, hopefully I'll be allowed to finish this time, but I mean, we're jumping all over the place. You're not giving me fair time to answer the question.
The conditions in your facility were not clean. They were not sanitary. They were filthy. And given the 30-year record of violations, it appears that you are a habitual violator of basic safety standards.
The DeCosters own a feed mill they believe is the source of the salmonella. Their investigation points to contaminated meat and bone meal supplied by an outside vendor. The hens at Wright County Egg were not the only ones affected. Hillendale Farms, another Iowa producer, purchased feed from the same mill. Both companies were asked by the Food and Drug Administration, or FDA, to participate in the recall. Despite taking part in the action, the CEO of Hillendale Farms declined to tell his side of the story.
I respectfully decline to answer the question based on the protection afforded me under the 5th Amendment of the Constitution.
The DeCosters control millions of chickens and the sales of billions of eggs throughout the United States. Over the past 20 years, DeCoster has paid millions of dollars in fines for everything from unsafe working conditions to immigration violations. And 2 states have banned the sale of all DeCoster products. This week's hearing raised questions that went beyond the issue at hand. A brief argument between Chairman Bart Stupak and Ranking Member Michael Burgess, a Texas Republican, focused on pending food safety legislation. The measure, recently passed by the House, would give the FDA authority to impose mandatory recalls on potentially tainted food. Currently, the bill is being kept off the floor of the Senate through a political maneuver known as a secret hold.
Mr. Burgess, legislation come out of this committee because of the work of many people on this committee, the full committee, Democrats and Republicans, is bipartisan. And we passed that bill July of 2009 after 3 years of work by this committee. And yeah, we're a little frustrated that the Senate, one person can put a hold on a bill.
That is Senator Reid, just for the record.
One person can put a hold on the bill,
the majority leader,
and our
in the Senate.
legislation does not move. So if you have a beef, take it up with Senator Coburn. Maybe we can move our legislation.
No deaths have been linked to the salmonella outbreak associated with the 2 Iowa egg producers, and the specific cause is still unknown. The FDA investigation is ongoing, and so far, no fines or penalties have been issued.